be living, nothing beats the experience of viewing a property physically. Welcome to the Property Show. Today, we explore ideal investment options captured during our just concluded signature bus tour. The tour was interactive with developers, legal and financial professionals, as well as participants looking to get onto the property ladder.
I'm looking for a family home. Definitely close proximity to the CBD, where we have schools.
Later on, we'll catch up with a couple all the way from Meru who took a leap of faith and invested in the sector 20 years ago and are now looking for another investment opportunity with prospects of good returns.
When we started off, we really didn't have anyone to tell us the do's, the don'ts. Because if I don't even remember going to a lawyer, even the due diligence, maybe we just went by trusting the developer.
On the accessory spot, we are going green with indigenous and exotic plants, both for interiors as well as the exterior landscape.
Remember, gardening is not a one-day thing. Yes. It's an everyday thing.
We've lined up so much on this show. Our communication lines are open. Let's talk. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's get started. As always, there is something for everyone. Indeed, our signature bus tour has something for everyone, from high-end luxurious projects to modern, functional, affordable homes in fast-growing neighborhoods. Our day kicked off with a hot breakfast, speeches from our legal and financial partners.
We are actually kicking off the bus tour. We are going to Kiambu Road and the parts of Wayaki Way. I'm wishing you a safe journey, and also I hope you get the house of your choice, the house that you've always dreamed of, the house that you'd love to buy. And we as Barclays, we're gonna give you a good rate. If you're buying a house that is below 10 million, we're able to do 100% financing. And if you already have a mortgage with another bank, we're able to take over the mortgage. If you're on a premier segment section, we'll give you at 11.5, and we'll also take over some of the costs, which are valuation costs and the legal fees, up to a maximum of 100,000.
Let's get some snippets of what participants expected.
I'm looking at the location. That is number one thing, because I'm all the way from Kisumu. I want a property almost close to CBD so that whenever I rent it out, I'll get something.
Being a young parent, I want first to shop wide. I want first to know the different areas, the different market rates, the different prices, and then maybe I'll make a decision from that point.
Mostly here at the property show because I'm from the United States, to see different styles and layouts and Kenyan homes compared to homes that I might buy back home, because I'm planning to move here. Also, maybe something that's a good size for a family.
I'm looking for a family home. Definitely close proximity to the CBD, where we have schools, supermarkets, and something like that. I don't mind going 10 kilometers so long as they're good roads. I'm also looking for a place where kids can play. See, we are still young parents, so we have very young kids. And of course, a place that has ample parking space. We don't want a situation where we have to keep calling neighbors to come and get their car out for us to get out.
This time round, the bus tour visited suburbs of Westlands, Kiambu, Ruiru Road, as well as Kenyatta Road. Let's see how the day went. Our first stop takes us to a beautiful and popular destination where culture and color thrives in Nairobi's most exclusive location of Westlands. Brookside Park is a stunning modern development designed for luxury living, and it comes with a fully equipped gym and sauna, a rooftop swimming pool, and a children's playground. The project is complete and ready for occupation. Here is a more detailed outlook at what you can find at this place.
This is Brookside Park, that is along Brookside Drive in Westlands. It is a project consisting of around 54 units, and these are 3 bedrooms and 4 bedrooms, and there are also penthouses. So there are 4 blocks in this project. There's A, B, C, and D. D consists of 4 bedrooms. A, B, and C consist of 3 bedrooms. The 3 bedrooms are all en suite, and the 4 bedrooms are 3 en suite, 1 is not. There are also amenities that are on the rooftop. There is a swimming pool, there is a gym, then there is borehole, and then we've got the perimeter wall that has a electric fence and CCTV all through. I'll take you through what is in the apartments themselves. So when you walk in, there is a clock room, then there is a kitchen that is fully fitted, comes with a microwave, comes with a gas cooker, it has a fridge as well. Then this specific unit was done without an SQ, but there are others that have an SQ. So for this one, the person who had requested this didn't want the SQ, they wanted a bigger kitchen, so they removed the SQ. Then over here, this is a guest bedroom. Then when you come, this is the lounge area. Then this side has the other bedroom, and there's another bedroom on this side that is a master bedroom. And so basically that is what the unit has. Then the outside, each apartment has 2 parking spaces. Then there is also a children's play area. This is on the first floor, because as you can see, this place was slanted a bit. So when you're coming in, there is a basement where there is a parking. Then there is another parking on the ground floor, and that is where we put the children's play area. The return on investment, you will get 150,000 for a 3 bedroom, and you'll get 180 for a 4 bedroom. The service charge here is 15,000, which consists of the security, garbage collection, and basically the maintenance of common areas, which is the lifts and then the lights for the common areas.
Next, my shoot location, a masterpiece residential development set to dazzle the General Mathenge skyline. These spectacular 2 and 3 bedroom apartments offer unparalleled convenience, allowing one to enjoy the privacy and serenity of the neighborhood, whilst being in close proximity of Nairobi's best restaurants, shopping malls, and a host of recreational, education, and medical facilities. Let's see what they have to offer.
Currently where you are, it's called Dona Park Apartments. We have a total of 91 apartments here, comprising of 3 bedroom where we currently are, and we have 3 types of 2 bedrooms. Small, medium, large, that's what we call them. The amenities that we have here starts with 2 parkings per apartment. We have a heated kids and adult swimming pool at the rooftop. We have a barbecue area, we have a gymnasium, we have a steam room for both ladies and gents, and we have like a small walking track at the top. Where you walked in from, that's going to be your main entrance. No one's going to be allowed to walk in unless you authorize the guards, and no one's allowed to access the lifts unless you have an access control card. That's just security reasons. If you buy an apartment here, you will have access to your apartment or to your floor and only at the rooftop. Unless, if you want to visit one of your guests, they will have to allow you access through the lifts. It's just security measures. We have 3 basements and 2 podium parkings. So total 2 parkings you'll be able to get, plus additional of around 26 to 30 guest parkings. The home comprises of Spanish tiles that you are seeing down. All apartments comes with a fully fitted kitchen. That includes a microwave, an oven, a hob, and a hood. You get Spanish tiles, Italian kitchens, German sanitary ware, and Schneider switches. I don't know if you know Schneider is from Australia. We try and give the clients the best what we can. So you'll get quality for your money. Currently, we are working on 3 projects. That's this one, which is called Dona Park. We have another one in Westlands called Skynest, which is behind 9 West. That comprises of 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, and duplexes and penthouse. And we have another one down the road in Peponi called Treetops. That's nearly sold out.
Dona Park offers a stunning array of eternal amenities, including lavish lobby with grand reception, open-plan contemporary lounge leading to a grand balcony, a dining area, brilliantly lit all-en-suite bedrooms with fitted wardrobes, spacious terraces with spectacular views, fully fitted kitchen with stainless steel appliances, Dobby area, common cloakroom.
The 3 things I like about Dona Park Apartments is access from both Peponi and General Mathenge Road, allowing one to enjoy the privacy and serenity of the neighborhood, state-of-the-art amenities and finishes, and lastly, the dramatic skylit rooftop party lawn and gazebo, and so much more. We all know getting onto the property ladder is no easy feat if you don't understand the ropes. Next, a participant's take on her experience of buying her home and the impact of shopping for investment options available in the market on the bus tour. Let's hear more.
I decided to come to In Property Show, the tour bus, because I normally watch the property show, and I was able to see how people are taken in different houses, how they interact with different developers, and also the education they get in terms of the legal aspect. And I thought this was a very good opportunity for me. I'm actually a house owner, and I didn't go through such kind of a process, so I was able to make a bad investment, and it costed me a lot. So for me, I thought this was it's actually a very eye-opener for me. I've been able to see how different developers, in terms of housing, where they place their keen interest in. I've also known there is an importance of actually knowing the history of the developers. It's important to know in terms of the other investments they've made, how have they been, and in this current investment, what are their priorities and who they are targeting. In terms of the legal education, I've also been able to know the importance of due diligence and what they have to offer, and their prices also. And in terms of their reputation, also I'm also able to know that. I would definitely advise, especially the young population trying to make choices of buying a house, to come to the property show tour and learn more before making an investment.
Next, our tour takes us to Red Rose Gardens along Kiambu Road, a development popular for those looking for a family home. Red Rose Gardens is an intimate project of 3-bedroom apartments with spacious layout, open-plan kitchen, and spacious balconies. Let's find out more about this project.
our third project along Kiambu Road, the Ndegwa. We as the developers, we are called Ndocha Enterprises. So we've done 2 projects on the other side of the road in Ndegwa. There's one project called Rosewood Court. There's a second one called Prime Rose Court. Both have been completed and sold out. So this is our third project, Red Rose Court. But we also have another one called Edenbrook Apartments in Kasarani. It's completed and now we are still selling that one. So if I could give you a run through of this project, this particular one called Red Rose Gardens. So it's a total of 43 apartments, and they are 3-bedroom plus a DSQ. And they are quite big. Each is about 154 square meters in size. They have standard finishing, like you can see on the floors. You have laminate floors on all the rooms. And then apart from that, as you can see, we'll have a sliding door towards the balcony. And then the DSQ is separate from the rest of the house. You can access it both from within and from outside the house. And we are hoping to complete this project. By December, it will be habitable, but total completion will be March next year.
Red Rose Gardens, a modern apartment complex located in Thidigwa along Kiambu Road, adjacent to Quick Mart Supermarket, 100 meters from the main road. The development consists of 43 3-bedroom apartments plus a DSQ with a plinth area of 154 square meters. Accommodation features include a spacious living room area with wide sliding windows that leads to the balcony area, large windows letting in natural light, separate dining area, a common cloakroom for the guests, modern kitchen with granite countertops, top and bottom cabinets for storage in the kitchen, wood floors and tile finishing making the interior aesthetics more appealing, spacious bedrooms with closets for storage. Other amenities shall include installed solar panels for water heating, in-house gym plus a social hall, perimeter wall with electric fencing and CCTV cameras for security, connection to the Nairobi Water Mains water supply, an underground 60,000 litres water reservoir tank, plus extra 1,000-litre water tanks for each unit. A total of 90 parking spots, providing 2 per unit and extra ones for guests. Power backup generator for the common areas.
I must admit, we don't always understand the legal process of acquiring property. On the bus tour, legal jargon is broken down and all pressing questions are answered. Let's hear what the legal experts had to say.
A purchaser may know what to look for, but a lawyer has a better understanding of the law applicable, of the land laws, of the companies if you're dealing with any companies. So a legal representative from any firm, and especially MMC, would be better placed to guide you through this process. Now what you do during due diligence, first you need to do a search, and this search is done at the lands registry to establish whether the property actually exists. So this search is going to tell you the measurement of the property, who owns the property as the registered proprietor of the land or the building that you want to acquire, and if there are, and most importantly, if there are any encumbrances. Now what encumbrances mean is if there are any charges, if there are any restrictions to the property, if there are any caveats or any inhibitions that have been placed. Now this is very important because encumbrances hinder you from purchasing that land. So first you need to go through the process of relieving the land of the encumbrances so that you can properly purchase it under the law. You will also need to do a site visit, which is what you're doing right now. Most of these properties, you'll have seen them on television, you'll have seen them on newspapers, and that does not give you the real picture of what is actually on the ground, you see. Now when you come here, you're able to tell that there's this defect in the property, maybe it's next to the airport, it's next to the railway, it's on riparian land, so I cannot buy this property until I get these consents from this government institution and this other government institution. You also need to know the location of your land. They may tell you this property is located, let's say 10 kilometers or 10 meters from the CBD, if that's possible, but when you go to the site visit, you find a completely different thing. So it's even after doing the search and identifying the property actually exists, you may need to visit the property. And most of the investors and most of the purchasers may not have this time to go do all these. Or if you do it, you're going to do it in a rush. You see the need for a legal representative there, right? He's going to do this for you and report to you of, we found this, we think you wanted this, we think this suits you because of reason 1, 2, 3, we think that this doesn't suit you because of the following reason.
Nothing beats the experience of viewing a property physically, and our signature bus tour is the one place that helps you make that first step. Another interesting project we visited on the bus tour is Lifestyle Heights on Roiro Kiambu Road, a community of 2 and 3 bedroom apartments with a children's play area, commercial center, sufficient underground water storage, standby generators, and ample parking. In this development, every detail has been thought through. Let's hear more.
The Lifestyle Estates bring to you the lifestyle you always wanted at Lifestyle Heights Apartments. Lifestyle Heights Apartments consist of 2 and 3 bedroom deluxe and standard apartments. 3 bedroom deluxe apartments have a plinth area of 132 square meters, while the standard has a plinth area of 115 square meters, and the 2 bedroom deluxe apartment has plinth area of 100 square meters, and the standard has 81 square meters. This development comprises 472 units master ensuite. It is conveniently located along Roiro Kiambu Road, 20 kilometers from Nairobi CBD. Accommodation features include a hardwood mahogany door that invites you to a spacious lounge fitted with large windows to allow in natural light. The mid-wall has special effect, setting it apart from the other walls, making it unique. An aluminum door seamlessly leads you to the beautifully tiled balcony, which can act as a chill spot. The kitchen comes fitted with tiled walls which are accentuated with upper and lower cabinets, which offer sufficient storage. While in the kitchen, there is a door which leads to Dobby area, which is also fitted with well laid out tiles, and a sink plus tub. The master bedroom is fitted with large windows that let in natural light. The spacious inbuilt cupboards provide a sufficient storage, a dressing counter. Given that it's en suite, the bathroom consists of a shower cubicle fitted with a rain shower head system. The 2 bedrooms also consist of spacious inbuilt closets, complete with large windows. They share a common bathroom, which is fitted with tiles.
Our payments, you can book your unit with as little as 100,000. Then we don't give you a payment plan. You give us. So you pay according to your capability. You give us your payment plan. For example, we have units that will be ready by May 2020. So there are some people who booked those units in 2017. So they are still paying for their units. So they had ample time to pay for those units. We have others that will be ready by August of this year. So we expect people to be occupying the units from 1st of September. The first group of occupants will be here by 1st of September. There are other units that will be ready in November. So depending with your unit, you are able to plan your finances.
The bus tour attracts people from all walks of life, from the diaspora as well as the counties. Here is a participant's take, all the way from Kisumu.
I came all the way from Kisumu to come and be part of the bus tour. Why am I part of the bus tour? I've been watching this show for some time. Since it was introduced, I can't remember the exact year. So I've been yearning to have an opportunity to come and get the knowledge firsthand. Because when you watch something on TV, you can't be sure. You have to see things the way they're done, the houses, the way they're built, the finishes. So like myself, I'm a homeowner, but I wanted to learn more so that I invest in this real estate.
We finished the day in a gated community along Kenyatta Road at Pinewood Estate, a modern, functional and affordable project of 3-bedroom bungalows. Here is more.
I would like to welcome you to one of the projects that we are currently doing. Where we are at the project, you can see Pale Chini. It's called Pinewood 1. Pinewood 1 consists of 98 units. Our units are bungalows, 3-bedroom all-en-suite bungalows, sitting on a 40 by 80, with a very big lounge, a separate dining, and a kitchen, a laundry area, and a common bathroom. So you'll notice our houses are standalone houses. This project, we started construction June last year, and we are handing it over very soon. And just adjacent to Pinewood 1, we are having Pinewood 2, a similar project but now sitting on a 50 by 100. That is an eighth of an acre. It will be a bigger project consisting of about 145 units. We have sold about 120 already. We are remaining with about 25. So I'll be able to take you around the house. You get to see what we do, the workmanship. So our projects are off plan, though we take about 12 to 15 months to finish construction. This one we are hoping to hand it over in 1 year, because we started construction last year and we're hoping to hand over very soon. So the other construction is also going to start very soon. We have a payment plan of 12 months, but we found out a lot of people are struggling to pay in 12 months, and that's why we have extended from 12 months to 15 months now. So this area opposite where we are, that's where we are starting Pinewood 2. We do a gated estate concept where we have a perimeter wall, cabro roads, every house has 2 parkings, we have a kids playground, we have a borehole on site, as in it's a functional estate. And you can see our estates are not very far from Nairobi. From here to Nairobi is about 30 minutes drive. The roads are very good. The security here is very good. So I welcome you to come and see what you're doing, and hopefully you might find it worth your while.
We are taking a short break. We'll be back with insights on going green.
We built it up to raise the level, and then we had to cover it, so that's why we did this.
A story on a leap of faith.
We just threw all cares and got into it. And 20 years down the lane, we are like, wow.
An update on what's brewing in the sector. plus much more. Don't go away, keep it Property Show.
Rain Gain, the water harvesting solution from Mabati Rolling Mills.
Welcome back. You're watching The Property Show. Last week, we started a conversation on how mothers influence and shape our careers.
I've been very lucky to have two major mother figures in my life. The first one is my mother. She's a very courageous woman. She's very determined, a very principled woman. She does what she thinks is right. She doesn't care what other people are thinking. She just does what has to be done. We are 13 of us. And for a mother to bring up 13 children and have all of them go through the straight and narrow is not an easy thing. And when we were born, I was born in the 60s and the youngest was born in the 90s. There was a lot of pressure where we came from that people should not have too many children, but my mother didn't care. She just went on, and every 2 years or so, she had a child. So she's a courageous woman. And apart from that, she would still take care of the children, cook for them, make sure they have gone to school, they were well fed. Our home was the hub of all the children in the village. I can tell you we would sleep sometimes in a bed and have some people facing this way and this way because all our cousins and their friends have come to our house. So my mother was a very generous woman, very hardworking, very principled and very caring for us and for she was also taking care of my grandmother. Now the other woman of influence, of course I've mentioned, is my grandmother. My grandmother was widowed at a very early age. But even as a widowed woman, she never said, here, help me, I'm a helpless woman. She worked hard with the resources she had, took her children to school to the point where they could go to school. And when I look at her and look at the women of her age, I realized that she really did a lot. And we were discussing it the other day with one of my sisters, and we saw that our grandmother did a lot that other women of her age were not able to do. And I remember even now for me growing up, because I was the firstborn, and I was named after her, she really took me by heart and she was telling me, she was calling me by my maiden name and telling me there's nothing that you cannot do. To the extent that when I was growing up in the village, even the boys in the village knew that they cannot joke around with me. So if somebody needed an escort, it would be me, because I had been brought up by a very tough grandmother. My mother was actually tougher than my mom in terms of, if you want us to fight, if you want us to climb, if you want us to do anything, she was not scared of anything, whether it was darkness or light or rain. She was a very courageous woman. And she also used to enjoy life. She was not restricting herself to, this is, the straight and narrow. She would do things that would make sure that she appreciated herself. She would go take herself to the market, buy stuff for herself, buy stuff for us, And she was a Democrat. She would always say, whatever you say. So if she wants to buy you a dress, she goes with you to the market. She tells you, choose the one you want. If she does not have enough money for that, then she'll look for the money. But she was never ever broke. She always seemed to have some sources of money that we never understood where the money came from. She was a very organized woman. Modern Energy Cooking Services is a body that is trying to look at how do we attain the Sustainable Development Goals number 7, which is sustainable energy by the year 2030, by using modern energy. In the past, people thought clean cooking was to do with biomass or charcoal stoves and so on. But we as the Global LPG Partnership always thought and always knew that the fuel that you can accelerate, the fuel that can make life easier, the fuel that is affordable, the fuel that saves human time, the fuel that provides health benefits is LPG without having to do too much and don't have to take it from a laboratory to a setup. It is a fuel that is consistently clean all through. You don't have to change anything for it to be clean. So Global LPG Partnership, we are looking at the entire picture. For us to be able to get to the mother, to get them to have the cylinder, we must look at the rest of the infrastructure, from the import terminals to the storage, the filling facilities to the cylinders. Then for the mothers, we are actually doing microfinance combined with consumer education in some rural areas. And we have done a pilot, and we hope that from those lessons we can now scale up and be able to use those lessons for getting the rest of the women in the country, and not just in Kenya. We are actually doing the whole thing in Africa as well. We are doing it in Cameroon, we are doing it in Ghana, we are doing it in Rwanda, and we hope that we'll be able to use the lessons we are learning from the pilot to be able to scale up that education and microfinancing so that we are able to reach that woman or that mother who has a small baby or who has a business to do and wants to get the time to be free to do other things.
Next, the accessory spot with tips and ideas on transforming outdoor spaces into a beautiful haven of flowers.
This tree we planted, look at it now.
It gives a lot of shade as well.
Yes, and
wow.
the tree next to that is a macadamia. We were given two by a friend from Fika. It's not a grafted macadamia, so it doesn't give us very many nuts. Okay, this is a peach tree. You can see the peaches, okay?
Yes, I can see the peaches.
And we usually put a net on it because the birds love the fruit. The birds eat everything that's here. And this is an apple tree which is now flowering. It's a grafted apple. These are salvias, easy to grow. They also seed themselves, but you got to keep taking out the dead flowers, okay?
Okay.
So if you take out the dead flowers, they keep going.
And this one?
These are nasturtiums. They grow very easily. It's because the frangipani wouldn't grow in the ground because it's underneath. If you dig 1 foot deep, there's water, okay? So we have built up with stones. You see? We built it up to raise the level. And then we had to cover it, so that's why we did this. The big drain you see at the back was part of the plan, the original plan of the house. Because all the water from on top drains and it flows through this and out into the main drainage at the end of this compound, okay? So we didn't like this big open empty drain. It looked horrible, so we put a lot of plants inside, okay? These are called bottle palms because the bottom is like a bottle.
How long do they take to grow?
This now must be 5 years. About 5 years. They were only very little when we got them. You have seen my strawberries?
Yes, I've seen it. These are your strawberries?
Yes.
Oh yes, and they are flowering.
And they have lots of fruit.
Let's see the rock garden now.
Okay, the rock garden was totally my creation, okay? Totally my creation. I got the stones, I got the plants, I raised the levels, and there was nothing here. There was no rock garden.
How long has it taken you to build it?
Oh, it didn't take long to build. It didn't take very long. Getting the stones was a bit difficult. And then slowly we kept on
Do you get
adding
special
plants.
stones or it's the same stones we know?
No, it's the same stones. We just picked up stones from here and there, bought stones, stole stones, picked them from the roadside. And the stones, the special stones are the ones at the fish pond.
Next, it's that time for insights on what's brewing in the sector.
Have you planned your trip to the Mount Kenya region yet? Make a date with us on the upcoming Realtors Expo and explore investment options available in this region as we innovate, collaborate, and grow. See you there. Are you looking for ideal investment options on the Mombasa Road? Join us as we explore this route with amazing discounts from the developers as well as affordable mortgage rates from Barclays Bank.
Up next, the home ownership segment. On the bus tour, we caught up with a couple all the way from Meru who took a leap of faith and invested in the sector 20 years ago and are now looking for investments with prospects of good returns. Let's listen in.
Come from Meru, and today we are here for property show, a bus tour, bus visit, and already we are getting very excited the far we've gone.
What I can say is that the property industry is getting very sophisticated. You find that I think currently investors are going into utility of the land, and I believe this is because land is getting scarce every day. So this is why you see most of the property developers are looking into developing high-rise buildings, but with very good finishes, taking care of natural lighting. I think most of the developers at least appreciate the fact that we need to go green. Yeah, so we've seen the properties taking care of the natural lighting, and it makes a whole lot of difference in the final product, how it looks like. Let me say the property show has really been a mentor to me. A mentor in the sense that I had the passion of getting into real estate, and maybe in the area I come from, there are very few women in that industry. So I must say that the property show has been my mentor. It has been an eye-opener to me, and it has given me the confidence to actually say, yes, I can now venture into this. And a few years ago, I went back to school to study civil engineering, but at a diploma level. And now that gives me like really the knowledge that I need if I was to ever get to be a real estate developer. And also to be able to see properties that we can be able to invest in, maybe not as residential, but as an investment option, something we can lease out either as serviced apartments or rentals, monthly rentals. So the property show really has provided that avenue. We've followed the bus tours even just on the show, but I think coming for the bus tour today, it has really hit the nail hard. Let me say that unlike today, where people have like the property show to turn to for information, where you bring in maybe like legal expertise, you also bring in people who are developers for people to make a choice. When we started off, we really didn't have anyone to tell us the do's, the don'ts. Because if I don't even remember going to a lawyer, even the due diligence, maybe we just went by trusting the developer because we bought a home that was developed by Kenya Re. And so we just blindly got into it. There was also a lot of myth surrounding that. There was also a lot of naysayers then. People who tell you this is very expensive to buy an already built house. Why don't you buy land and build it? It's going to cost you half the price, quarter the price. And so, but I think the two of us really made our decision that we wanted to buy into this project. It's a gated community, and we just threw all cares and got into it. And 20 years down the lane, we are like, wow, we made the right decision. It might have not looked to be right then, but right now when we look at the way the prices for our property has gone up, we really say, yes, we did the right choice. And maybe what we can tell people is that when you make that decision to invest, so long as you have the money, just go ahead and invest.
If you're looking to start the property journey, tune in on the home ownership segment. This is where you are sure to get homegrown solutions on what you should not sign for. That's it on investment options from our just concluded signature bus tour. I must say, this was an exciting and interactive tour. All our pressing questions were answered by our partners. If you're looking to be part of this experience, book your seat for our next bus tour. Let's keep talking on our social media handles. See you next week. As always, there is something for everyone. Kwaheri.